So some sitting ergonomics to help prevent back pain. What I tell my patients a lot, especially during, working at home all day, you're sitting, reading reports, you need a good chair. And it's funny because I just had my podcast with Dr. Isa, and we talked about you either pay for it now or you pay for it later. So if you don't get a good chair now, you're going to pay for it later with your low back. So I tell my patients invest in a good, sturdy chair. I have a link on one of the ones I recommend. It is a bit pricier, but it's definitely worth the investment. I'm not doing one that's like thousands of dollars, but this is under $500 that you can get. Really, really helpful for low back pain. The other thing you can do too to help with low back pain, if you're working at home, is to set a timer every 20-30 minutes to get up, do some stretches. The main thing actually is helping your endurance muscles of your back get stronger, right? Because a lot of times if you're not seated properly, then you're gonna slump down, right? So you want a chair that you can sit up straight, or the computer monitor. You might have to get like a professional kind of look, but basically the main thing is you don't want to have a monitor where you're looking up too much, or you actually want to look kind of like slightly downward. But you can kind of play around or get a chair that moves up and down. My husband has a standing desk, so just depends what the financial situation. You just got to make do with what you have. But some exercises that you can do to help with the endurance of the back muscles. All right, so this is a great kind of postural exercise that you can do. I just have this stick. You can use kind of a pole. You can use a tennis racket, but something that's like more stable that won't move. I wouldn't really do it with like a band or anything like that. So any kind of pole you have hanging around, what you can do is do just a slight squat. So if you have a chair behind you, you can pretend you're sitting on that. And you don't want to bring your chest out too much, or you don't want your rib side to flare out. So making sure that your tail is tucked, your tailbone is tucked underneath, keeping the rib side stable just like so. And you're going to raise your arms up. And try to bring your shoulders like almost above your head. You don't want it to come forward. Stand up. Squat down, extend up. If you don't have quite the shoulder mobility for this, that's fine. You can even, take this away. If it's like too much for your shoulders, squat and just bring your arms up. And keeping your spine aligned, right, the chin tucked. So this is activating the entire back. Again, squat, extend. And you can do this for about continuously for 30 seconds. I was about to say 30 minutes. 30 seconds to a minute, and see if you can do that. But this is really helpful for your endurance of the back muscle. So again, squat, extend, squat, extend. See, you almost like flared up, so you have to keep your core tight when you do this. So this is another exercise that you can do to help with back pain related to working at home all day. This increases the endurance and stability of the back muscles and the core muscles. So again, we're getting in this hook lying position, right? And you wanna, again, activate the core muscles by pushing your back against the table or the floor, and keeping that position the whole time, right? So that's the key. You want to keep that position so that you're activating the deeper endurance back muscles. So we had our arms up like this before, so if that is pretty easy for you and you can breathe and do this easily, we're going to alternate the arm and the leg. So as I bring my right leg up, your left arm is going to go back, right? And again, keeping this neutral spine and then bringing it back. So you're going to do opposite limb. So the other hand is still pointing towards the ceiling. So now I'm doing the left leg, right arm, and keeping the stability here, right? You wanna make sure that you're not moving or you're not flaring up the wrist, right? Lifting your back up like so. So this is a great coordination exercise too, and shoulder stability, because I can feel some tightness in my shoulders when I do this. Like this. So you do alternating about 8 to 10 times, or you can do it for time as well. So doing continuous movement for 30 seconds to a minute is really great too. So you're training the endurance of your core and back muscles. And another position from here is actually called dead bug, right? If you think of a bug that's dead, you're gonna bring both feet up, right? So a little bit more challenging now, you're adding more weight. So again, keeping the core, tucked here, the back against the table, and then your arms up. You're gonna hold this more for time. So this is a little bit more challenging, but you wanna keep this position. If you're having a hard time holding this, then I would just do this for 30 seconds and then take a break. But if you're feeling advanced, you can go into the same movement here of opposite limb. But again, right, keeping the core stable as you do this, making sure your back's still against the table, because if your back is healthy, the rest of your body will move well. So again, doing this more for time so that you're building endurance in your low back. So try those out and let me know if that helps with your back pain.